Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
of Live,
Let.
Thrive. What is up, Myka man?
I am chilling, Stevie Stacks. How you doing?
Oh man, doing great. This is episode 145 and we're still alive, out there giving the vibe and changing lives. Live, let, thrive.
Woo! What episode? Oh, you did a little rhyme, man. Steve's a rapper.
That was
A poet, and I didn't even know it.
Was that? Well, see, I saw it because you told me it's episode 145 and I was thinking live, let, thrive. I was like, oh shit. We got a little rhyme going on here.
Got
so yeah,
155, huh?
Just scribbled. Yeah, probably. I only rhyme on the fives. No, man, this is cool that we made it to 145 episodes, man. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
That's a big milestone. Yeah, I mean, remember I told you a long time ago when we first started this, I said, man, if we make it to 50, that's a big benchmark because most of them don't make it there. The ones that do kind of like fizzle out too. Yeah. But to make it to almost 100 more than that, almost, 5 more, we're at the 150 mark. That's pretty cool. And we love doing this podcast and we love helping people out, giving them the knowledge, and we love hearing their stories and saying, oh man, y'all inspired me to do this. And then they pass our asses and we're like, holy shit, we need to start doing some ourselves, And yeah, I love it, man. And having a blast with you doing this Live, Let, Thrive, and showing people the share economy and Airbnb and VRBO and Turo, and yeah, that's what we do.
I'm happy you brought that up, man. That most podcasts fizzle out. I think the reason why we don't fizzle out, I think, is because we stay in the game. If something shuts down, we go to another place and do it. We diversify, we change it up. You know what I mean? I think that's what you do with any good business. You got to change it up. Can't complain and quit. A lot of people, or people just get stuck on the same property and they don't grow, so it kind of fizzles down. You just got the one property, So yeah, it's definitely cool that we've been going for 145 episodes. We didn't think we'd probably be here. I mean, shit, we were in Steve's 3-bedroom house and started it, and we started killing it. So that is cool, man. So what has been going on with you? Airbnb has IPO'd. How's everything been?
Oh man, see, let's get to that in a second, real quick. No, real quick, because I want to go back just 5 seconds what you were talking about how most things fizzle out and most podcasts, whatever, and I mean, and most businesses too. Let's be real, most businesses do. And what I heard something so cool today. I was listening to another show. And this guy come on talking about, he's talking about his business. He's the CEO and founder of Shopify, which is worth like almost 200 billion. It's crazy. But he was saying that he was quoting something that said like that like COVID, for example, COVID hit. He goes, that's when you find out there's 2 different types of entrepreneurs. Ones that are like scared, shell shocked. They'll sit in it. They sit in their, they get like, sit in their hole and wait for everything to just pass. And I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. And there's others that see it as an opportunity. Like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to take advantage of the situation. This is how I'm going to grow, And it's like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Because I hear people all the time, oh man, I can't do nothing until this COVID's gone. I'm not going to do it. But there's other people that are out there making moves, man. Big moves, like us. And so
when everybody's fearful, be greedy. When everybody's greedy, be fearful, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
We're definitely in that situation. That's true.
I would change that a little bit. That's a famous Warren Buffett quote. I would say, like, when everybody's being fearful, be greedy. Yes, that I agree with that. Go out there and start getting your money. But when everybody's being greedy, go capitalize on their greed. Go sell them what they're looking to buy. You know what I'm saying? Why go sit in a hole and wait? Oh, the stock market is too high. I can't do an investing right now. You go out there and take advantage of this. Sell the picks and the shovels.
That's real, man. That's true. I like that.
So yeah. Anyways, the big IPO. Yeah, you touched on it. Go ahead and tell your story, man. You got a good story.
My story.
Your story.
Nah, but yeah, we ended up getting the shares at 68. We got the pre-IPO.
How many shares?
200.
Nice.
But it was a total of 275 at first. They allocated 275, but they only gave the host 200. Now, I don't know if that's all hosts, but I talked to a few people, and they said they got lowered to 200 too. A lot of hosts are pissed because they missed the second email and they didn't get in time. But so it's funny. So I can't move money right now, right? Because I'm in the middle of a refinance.
You found a way.
There you go. I'm about to tell you how I found a way. So I took a risk. So this is what we did. I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, I can't move no money right now. I gotta come with $14K in 4 hours. So I'm like, well, shit, I got to get creative. So I'm like, man, I got to come up with $14,000 in 4 hours. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? So I started kind of looking at everything. I'm like, I could move it, but I'm like, it's a risk. So I was like, all right. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell like 70% of my portfolio in my IRA. Sold it all. After it sells, I transfer it out. And then, in your IRA, I can't touch it till I'm 59 and a half. I transfer it out. It says it's processing pending. And boom, next morning, I get an email notification from my bank that says the transfer failed. Oh, I'm like, look, how I'm about to pull this off. So I was like, look, but I had already committed to the 200. But then the next day it IPO'd and it shot up to like 160. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So I could still get it. All I got to do is transfer it over because I'm committed to it. So I was like, F it. I just took it from my savings account, threw it over there, let it. Then it said, okay, your allocation has been confirmed. 30 grand pops up in my account. I'm like, hell yeah. So it IPO'd. I got we got it at the whatever price it was at.
You paid like $13,600 for it, right?
Yeah. Came in, account immediately said 30 grand. We made it back like that. So I was like, okay. So today I sat on the phone for 4 hours. So I'm like, what I'm going to do is, because I think Airbnb is going to drop. So I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sell off. I'm going to sell off my profit. I'm going to sell off and get my initial investment, play with house money with Airbnb. So I'm sitting here and I knew it, and on the fine print, and I read this and I told me and my mastermind group were talking. I'm like, dude, the day that we're allowed to sell them shares, that phone at Morgan Stanley is going to be ringing off the hook, because Airbnb put it in there. You cannot sell the shares online. You have to call the financial advisor. So I'm like, damn, man. So I called him this morning. I thought I wasn't going to have access till Monday, but I ended up getting access today. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to sell it, So I called him. I'm on the phone for 4 hours, finally get somebody on the phone. I was on hold for 4 hours. I was like, man, I'm getting my cash out. So I sold like 95 shares, pulled it out, pulled my initial investment out, transferring it back over. So then when the refi, everything comes back, everything looks untouched.
Nice.
So, but the thing is, I sold half like 30% of my portfolio. So I got to find something else to invest.
Oh, fuck.
Man, I had Moderna in there. I had Pfizer. I had all that. It was all doing good. So
yeah, you sold at a profit.
Even at that, you made X amount of cash off of it. So, it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is just, now I have this money to reinvest, so. But it's cool, man.
Hey, I know I hear like a lot of these financial independence shows and stuff talking about how they wash out the capital gains. Some of them sell all the same stocks, like you mentioned, Moderna, whatever. It depends on whatever stocks it is. They sell it out. They do it in a year where they're not showing a whole bunch of profit where they're showing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so they pay as little to nothing in capital gains, and then they buy those exact same stocks right back. I don't know if you could do something like that, but it kind of it washes the capital. They get into some crazy shit, man.
Yeah. You could go back and buy them at the price it is right now. Then, hey, you didn't make no capital gains this year. Is that what you're saying?
Right. They kind of wash off the capital gains somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. They get into high tech shit like that.
Yeah. And my thing about doing that, this is my real big thing about doing that. Airbnb's a little pricey right now. Like I think it's at it hit 150 today, and I think it came in at 164, right? So you immediately damn near doubled your money, but.
So now it's like 138, I think. It's
138. It came down to 138. Yeah. See, that's why I was like, man, I'm about to go ahead and sell off. You know what I mean? I'm not about to sit around and wait. So I I probably wouldn't do that. Plus, I'm putting it back in my account. I think.
So
But
what made you?
because remember, I only pulled my initial investment, so I don't think the capital gains wouldn't be that high because I left everything else in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it to your CPA, man.
What were you gonna say though?
So what made you so confident to go all in on the shares, Airbnb shares? What made you so confident? Yeah.
It's funny. I looked at it like this. When is the next time I'm gonna have access to a pre-IPO?
That's a damn good question.
And it's funny because the day before, my dad called me because I had told him I had access. And I told my mom, my dad called me. He's like, you got pre-IPO access? I'm like, yeah. He goes, man, that don't come very often, man. He goes, you might want to just go ahead and take advantage. And I was already going to take advantage. And I just thought about it like that. I'm like, and plus I've been reading this book. What book did I just get to reading? I'm reading the BRRRR book. And sometimes you got to take a risk, man. You got to be comfortable. These books I've been reading this year, you got to be comfortable taking a risk. There's the difference between risky and a risk. Risky, you ain't done much research on it, so it's risky. You risk, you understand the repercussions of it. You know what I mean? You have backups in place, But yeah, I was like, man, I probably ain't gonna have no access to no pre-IPO again. I might, in the future, but you got to take advantage. So
you know what it reminded me of? Sam Adams beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short on that, I like to listen to that show, How You Built This. It's like a channel, KERA, whatever. It's educational. It shows how these people built their businesses, and the bootstrap things. And they show that guy's story, the Sam Adams founder. And he started off and just, making beer out of his garage kind of thing,
Yeah.
And then it started like just sweat equity, going to the bars and trying to sell his beers, right?
Yeah.
And then he started getting big orders. So he's like, oh shit, now I got to go get a warehouse to make these beers. And then, it just did it like that, because like you signed up a bunch of, he couldn't sell, he didn't have any beer to sell, but he just found a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just kept growing and growing, made some badass beer. And, anyways, he became like this huge fucking one of the first giant micro brew beers, or craft brew. He was like one of the first. Now there's so many craft brews, but he was one of the first, and then that became really big. And so when it came time to start talking to the banks and doing the IPO thing and this and that, he said, hey, he wants to treat his hardcore fans, the people that buy and enjoy his beer, that has supported him from the beginning. And so he did the same thing like Airbnb did. What he did, if you bought a case of Sam Adams beer, it came with like a coupon kind of thing. Yeah. Where you could call in, or you could buy a certain amount of shares before it IPO'd. It kind of reminded me of the Airbnb thing. And you could get it at the pre-IPO price. He said the bankers were freaking against it because he goes, what IPOs are, because he's trying to explain it a little. I still, whatever, it's stocks, it's a little bit complicated, but he's saying that it's really a payday for the banks. Because they're allowed to buy. They get to freak. It's like they're printing money because they're allowed to buy at these pre-IPO prices, and then the public gets a hold of it, and then it shoots through the roof, and they're able to sell before anybody else can sell. It's like it's a train robbery. Anyways, but they were all against it. No, you messing up our game kind of thing. And he's like, no, these are my true hardcores. I'm gonna treat them, and they're gonna be able to. And so he let people buy a certain amount of shares. I don't know, 2,500 shares at whatever price. I mean, you didn't have to, but it just gave his hardcore fans the opportunity. Smart. And so props to Airbnb for doing the same, to actually to the hosts,
About time, huh? About time, huh? I don't know, man. And then I kind of have this feeling like, okay, Airbnb did this. What do you think next in store? Like I joined a bunch of the Airbnb investment groups, like the IPO groups, and people's thoughts and opinions. I've seen a bunch of different opinions. A lot of people do think it's going to drop. I think it's going to drop. Think Uber is like at $52. DoorDash came in making a killing too. DoorDash came in like what, 140, 180, something like that.
Yeah.
But I kind of looked at like, what do you think is next? And a lot of people are thinking Airbnb might go the Uber route. Like, what's our biggest liability? Is it the hosts? You know what I mean? Because they are buying hotels, so it was real interesting to see like what people thought. But I was like, as long as I got my money out of it, I'm chilling and I'm going hard for direct booking. So it's interesting to see.
As being as looking at it like a little optimistically,
Hmm.
they just they just they just brought on so much cash to their company,
Yeah.
and through this IPO, I mean billions. So they, I think if I'm like I said, I'm looking at it optimistically. They have a big giant war chest to go kind of, money is influence, and go talk to these big cities and say, hey, let us coexist here. So they have more of a war chest to go talk to, and to pad the right pockets in this, because money talks. You can't just, Airbnb hadn't really been out there paying a lot of money trying to help us stay in business, but they might go to these big cities and have some more clout now, because they got billions of dollars and they need to do something with it. And that'll help their business too, because if you keep, LA and Chicago and Dallas and whatever, and New York Airbnb, and that's a lot of revenue.
Yeah, because they they're bigger than Hilton right now, right? With that IPO, right?
I think they said something like, yeah, with this IPO, they're more valuable than Hilton, Marriott, and they named someone, I don't know, Holiday Inn or somebody combined. And I'm like,
Combined, yeah.
okay, that sounds, I mean, at the same time, I mean, it sounds crazy, but at the same time, the fucking hotels are bleeding money. So
Funny
they're,
thing is, I sold my Hilton to buy them, but go ahead.
oh, that's irony right there.
I know.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Go
So
ahead.
yeah, like I said, they're really hurting right now. So like if everything was in full swing and they were kicking ass, I don't think, Airbnb would be more valuable than all of them put together. But yeah, the COVID really kicked their asses, and so they've lost a lot of their value.
See, and that's my thing. Why I think COVID could possibly play an effect in court, because I think Q1 2021, you have a lot of stuff coming. You have a new president. You have the vaccine, and people are getting iffy about that. California just shut down travels again. Pennsylvania's getting a little finicky about travel. So it's like, and then I talked to Alvin. He was like, yeah, and also you have to realize Europe is still offline. So it's like, I don't know. I could see Airbnb dropping. That's how I kind of look at it. Because Q1, I think by Q1, if they make it strong through Q1, then Q2 I would buy heavy.
Yeah. It's hard to pick, man, and to me, it's a bit of a gamble, right? How can you predict the future, right?
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, but you took a chance. You took a chance, and it paid off.
Yeah.
That's awesome. A lot of people did. A lot of people you saw on those the Airbnb sites are like, I've never even bought a stock before, but I went ahead and did this, And well, I hope it doesn't breed like a false sense of security for them that, oh, I'm a bad stock motherfucker, and then go out and start trying to do it again, and they'll get their asses.
I hope anybody listening who don't do stocks, because I don't do stocks. I honestly, I buy on dips, and that's about it. Like, I really got heavy in stocks during COVID because and I only buy what I understand. If I don't understand it, I don't really touch it. I bought a bunch of vaccine stocks. I bought a bunch of COVID vaccine stocks and travel stocks while it was down. But yeah, I'm with you on that one, Steve. Yeah, don't let that one go to your head. Yeah, that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
It is.
Yeah, to double your money in 24 hours. That ain't normal.
Don't act like you're the Wolf of Wall Street now and shit.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm very lightweight on stocks. Steve, I know you're real big on them. I'm very lightweight on stocks, man. That's one thing.
Well, I just like, like I said, index funds, and then just 401k. And yeah, I mean, if you just keep your money rolling and stuff like that, you do all right.
You can't lose, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to try to be a stock picker, good luck, man. It's a rough world. It's predicting the future,
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, going back to just buy what and just kind of sit on. Like, I buy stock on a long-term play. That's why I had the money to just pull it out, because I had stocks and long-term play that had built up for me. Now I can pull it out and go do something else with it, so.
Now on that risk you took.
Yeah.
Now, okay, you were able to buy at 68. What would happen? I mean, were you comfortable with it? What happened if it would have did the Facebook thing? Remember when they came out and they just kept dropping and dropping and dropping? You were comfortable taking that risk?
Remember, I had a little time to transfer the funds. Man, I feel like I shouldn't be saying this. This like some Martha Stewart type shit.
Okay, we'll just end it right there. He did everything. He did everything correctly and legally, and you got paid. Yeah, that's.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show. Oh man. So.
Oh man, yeah. So
you got your units up and getting together in Houston, huh?
yeah, I'm actually headed to Houston either after this show or in the morning. I'm not done yet. We got a few logistic things. We got logistic things that we got to get taken care of. Me and my crew. The design's looking beautiful. Shout out to Sarah and Becca. Shout out to them for handling that design for me. That's looking good, and then hopefully we can get them up by Sunday. Get the pictures up, get them moving by Sunday. I can go ahead and get everything. I got everything onboarded. I just have to finish the descriptions. After the description, hey, do you do your own descriptions or Sarah does?
I do the descriptions.
Okay. So, all right. So once I get this descriptions done, upload them and go. Yeah, but I'm waiting for my remote locks to come in, and that's when we're gonna put the remote locks on all the doors.
Now do you still do the thing you taught me a long time ago, where you already put them on Airbnb before they're even ready? Do you still do that or no?
I have. They're on there now, but I didn't do the coming soon because I wasn't sure when these things are gonna be ready, and I didn't want to shoot myself in the foot.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I used to do that on my own timetable. When I owned the timetable, I would do that.
Right. When you were setting everything up.
Yeah. But now I'm just kind of holding off. And plus, I got everything listed, ready to go. And then, and I'm not tripping because if it's ready before Christmas in Houston, we straight 5 of them, you know.
Yeah. There's that very democratic mayor going on over there, like loves to shut things down. So I mean, that's the only in Houston.
Yeah, they ain't went through no shutdowns, man.
Well, she's tried to shut down a lot of stuff before. I think they override it, you know.
Yeah, H-Town, like they don't give a damn. They also got a lot of COVID cases down there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, H-Town,
I told you how we talked about in the last show how I had COVID, how I got COVID.
Yeah.
And it really I didn't get too sick from it or nothing, thank God. My wife got a little bit sick, but it was nothing. It wasn't the flu, like the regular flu that knocks you on your ass for a week. You're fucked, right?
Yeah.
This thing wasn't. I mean, I know it affects different people differently and stuff like that. And we always get, we'll have to tread lightly when we talk about COVID because it triggers so many people, right? But I was talking to another buddy today at work. I was walking by him, and he had tested. Older guy, he's like, probably around 55 or so, and he told me, and I said, hey, John, or whatever his name was, John don't know. There's a million Johns, whatever, as the hosts say, and then. And then I said, hey, man, so you had it too, right? He's like, yeah. We just started talking about it. He said, apart from maybe like a day, he felt like felt a little crappy for like a day. He said after that, he felt perfectly fine. It didn't affect him hardly. He went and did as a precaution the test, and they found out he's positive. But then, he didn't lose his taste and smell. So he was like, it didn't even hurt him very much. And he looked like kind of, if you looked at him, you're like, you might have a little bit of risk going on, But anyways, and so yeah, we started talking about it. I said, man, it didn't really hit me that hard either. My wife got a little sick. That was it. Taste and smell thing is weird, but other than that, man, it's like I was like, I know it's one thing to talk about it when seeing, thinking the media is blowing everything like out of proportion and crazy. It's another thing when you've had it and you're like, that wasn't too bad. And actually, I would definitely rather had COVID than the real flu, because the real flu would have kicked my ass for a week. And then we started talking. Do you think the media blows it out of proportion? I asked him, and he's like, he goes, I really do. If you look at it, just follow the money. Follow that big. You remember that payout, the $1,200 payout. That thing that they signed into law. Look at all the other stuff that was in there. It was paying people, hospitals to say if it's a COVID case, you get 10 grand or whatever the hell the money was. So they're marking every sickness, every death up as COVID. You know, he said if they wouldn't have put that in there, they probably had a lot less cases and a lot less COVID deaths. But, you know, like I said, we have to tread lightly because someone's that listens to the show, my family member, blah, 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 you know, I feel bad for that. But I'm just saying, I've been through it. There's guys at work that I know that have been through it. Old guys that look like being at risk, been through it. And yeah, I ain't terrified of it. And I know there's always motives with the media and there's motives with politicians and whatever, but you know, just yeah, don't fear it too much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, COVID was a play to get 45 out of office. Next subject.
It worked.
Just saying, man. Saying, yeah, it's dangerous and all, but how the media projected it, yeah.
You know what? It's Friday. It's Friday.
I would be joining you, but
oh, you gotta drive.
I gotta drive. Speaking of Friday, man, rest in peace to Tiny Lister.
Oh man,
yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, Tiny Zeus Lister.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Debo.
What you got on my 40?
Yeah, man, that's sad stuff, man. We lost him and John Witherspoon, not too far apart. The Pops on Friday, so
yeah, it's crazy with Pops because I heard him. I guess it was last year on Joe Rogan podcast. And it's like, oh shit, Pops is he's funny as hell. And then like it was like a month or two later he was gone. I was like, God dang, he was still out there traveling. He was out there. I even brought him up on the show and he out there traveling, doing comedy everywhere. And he said, and Joe Rogan, what keeps you going, man? What keeps you going? He goes, the money. You know, he was just like the money. He's like, I love it. I love holding it after the show. I love it. He's talking, but you know,
I went to see him live. Me and Mahogany went to see him live before. He's a funny dude, man. But,
did he have the mushroom belt?
Yeah. Yeah, so he passed. So yeah, definitely. Rest in peace to them. And
see, life is short, right? I mean, he enjoyed doing what he did all the way to the end. You know, he's out there making people laugh and having a good time and getting paid and just loving life. There you go.
Yeah.
Salud.
But I was gonna ask you about your third unit. Is it done or on the way?
It just got finished last night.
Woo! You ready? You in there? Okay.
Professional picks coming tomorrow.
Okay. No, and I guess my question is this: how many units do you want to pick up in 2021, or are you done? Or
I will answer that by saying some breaking news. Dun dun dun.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we all know Federico, fan of the show, friend of the show.
Big Fetty.
Big Fetty.
Mm-hmm.
He's kicking ass for you, right? He's doing good business for you. And we've been talking a long time. You know, he's always wanted to get into the game. I was like, and so we've been having conversations. It's like, you know what? I said, why don't you just get into the game with me? And so automatically you tell Fed something and you get like 20 spreadsheets of how we could like start maximizing our money. You know how he is. He's a wolf of Wall Street.
Dude, he's a beast. I'm happy you brought that up. Go ahead.
So I was like, man, you know what? I said, I sure as hell ain't going to use, well, you know.
The other place.
And I was thinking of self-managing and of that headache. I was like, you know what? He said, if we're going to do this, let's do this, man. Do you want to get units too? He's like, yeah, I want to get units too. So why don't we just partner on these units? You know, you can run them and we can start a little business. And I could be, you know, since I'm over here, I could be, you know, acquisitions. I could be out there hunting them down and getting us units, and you could be running them for me, and you can be. And so we started a company, and we came up with a name, and it's called Argus Rentals.
Nice.
Argus for Argentina, and Estados Unidos is what you call United States and other, you know, in other countries they call us Estados Unidos. Argus Rentals.
I like what y'all doing. I'm happy Fetty's on board because I have a question for y'all now. Now that goes back to my question. How many units y'all want to pick up in 2021?
Now the sky is the limit, and man, I mean,
I need a goal. I need a number.
Need a goal. Okay, you need a goal. Let's say 50.
You want to pick up 50?
Let's say 50. Yeah.
All right, I'm adding you to my list. We'll talk after the show.
Oh shit.
Oh yes, sir. You give me a list number. I'll work with you. We'll get that. We'll get you 50.
Okay. And okay, another part of the business is we want to be managing for other people too, not just owning and running our own. We want to also be doing the management.
So you want to manage for other people while building your own?
Correct.
I'll let you talk to a few of my people.
Okay, cool.
Because I have a guy who he'll tell you how it is doing that.
And I
have a few
and
people
that's
I'll let you talk to.
okay. And so that's that's the big thing. That's the big thing right there. Because I've heard there's people that kind of do a mix of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'll let you.
There's
So I guess I'll say this: how many do you want to be your own, and how many do you want to manage?
like a percentage.
Yeah, like let's say of the 50, how many of those you want to be where you arbitraging, and how many do you want to be where you managing?
Man, that's a really good question. And see, that's what I was starting with Fede. We were talking about,
We got to get Fede on the podcast. Go ahead though.
Yeah, we got to get Fede on here. And so like we're getting this one in Fort Worth together. We're going partners on it. The one I've been getting, we're going to partner on that one, and possibly another one in the same place. So we'll already start off with 2. And that's and he's he's a beast, right? But he's practical too. He's like he wants to learn every freaking thing about managing these things as he can, And so I was like, well, these would be the perfect testing ground, and we'll see how that goes and how we could start onboarding people and start running theirs for them. And then also using, he said, if it's a 50-50 partner relationship, he just keep using, he said, use all my money, just keep rolling it back in and getting more units, getting more business, boom boom boom, I don't care. I was like, okay, so we're gonna have a talk tonight about how we're gonna do all this. So yeah, I'm interested in what you or your friends' thoughts is about doing both, trying to juggle in both.
Yeah, I would say this: make sure you have a manager. If Federico manages it, make sure, I would tell Fede, get your team ready. Because if you're going to manage and you're going to have your own, you might run into conflict because the ones you manage, they're going to bring money, but they ain't going to bring in. It's kind of like what Maria said. Me and Maria had a conversation, and she was like, if I manage this amount for this much, my motivation starts to go down depending on what it is. You know what I mean? So if you're managing for 15%, but you also got your arbitrage units over here, how motivated are you to make sure those ones you're managing are getting that same love and same, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, because like the people that run mine right now, they the owners, founders, whatever, they also have their own units too. So it is yeah.
But they're trying to create systems, but they don't have the system there to maintain your units. That's what I was telling y'all. I would tell y'all, if y'all want to do it, make sure y'all have the systems in place. Get ready. And then I'm going to touch on that. Remember, when you start getting into stuff like that, where you want 50 doors and you want 60 doors, you're now buying people's systems. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're hiring managers so you can use their systems. Federico is very systematic with what he does for me. I'm buying his system. He has a system of customer service, and he's good at it. And he has a system of creating spreadsheets. He's very systematized. That's why it's good to have him as a partner. Yeah. But yeah, I would just say make sure he has a system, because 50 doors, you just got to have a system. Make sure your system's there. And I think y'all gonna do great, because Federico, he's off the chain.
I like it, every now and then he likes to give me examples. He goes, all right, he shows me like an example that pops up at one of your timeshares. He goes, a disgruntled guest or whatever says something. He's like, okay, how do you think this ended up with the reviews? I was like, and they look pretty upset. Maybe you got 3-4 stars. He's like, and he shows me the review, glowing 5-star review. He goes, the communication was off the charts. Federico, boom, boom, boom. He's all. I was like, see, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and he knows. And like, if he doesn't know, he'll like come to me and we'll have a quick powwow about it. And I'll be like, okay, this and that. See, because we see it from the same lens, but he takes a different path to get them to the 5-star. That's really what it is. He knows which path to take to get them there.
Right.
But yeah, if you're trying to get 50, because I'm trying to get 15 more, I need 15 more.
And how much time?
I need 5 more by the end of June.
Okay.
I'm picking 5 up a quarter.
Nice.
So I don't know if I'm going to – we'll talk after the show about the leverage. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell me about the leverage. So
yeah, go ahead.
I guess a big part of like looking at it being a management, being a management company, of course, is the systems, and Fed is good about setting up the systems and stuff. But like, it seems like you don't need a bunch of money to start being able to manage other people's units, right? You just need your time. You're using your time to manage their stuff. Less than starting, like, say I'm gonna go get 50 units. Now hear me out. I know you're gonna come with, no, maybe you can do it like this, but like, I'll go 50 units today, and it's gonna cost me 5,000 a unit to furnish and get one started, right? That's a lot of fucking money. Whereas I could like manage 50 units, and I don't have to put any of my own money. They set it up and everything like that, and we just manage it. Of course, we get paid a lot less, but that's what I was looking at it as.
Yeah, but the main thing though, that remember they're paying you for your system. Because your system is what's going to keep it rolling. So that's what I was saying. Like when you get into managing, I'll also let you talk to Josh. Josh will tell you managing ain't as easy as people make it seem. Because you have to have boots on the ground. Something goes wrong. Who do I call? For all my arbitrages I used to have in Dallas, I made a spreadsheet of every person I needed if something goes wrong. But the best thing about arbitraging now, if you manage arbitrage units, the best thing is the management company's on site. So, hey, you just put in a maintenance request. Now, if you're starting to manage people's houses, it's a little bit tedious because you got to have the plumber, the handyman,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's certain things that can go wrong. AC goes out. You got an HVAC guy on deck. You know what I mean? So I would say the systems might be easier to manage a arbitrage, like an arbitrage in a complex or something like that. But I do say this about complexes. There's a lot of logistics I forgot about, like getting in and out of the complex, the codes to get in and out, then when you're at the door, but yeah, it's definitely system-based. And also, now I'm going to break your goal down a little bit further because you said you're doing 50, you want 50 in 2021. You're picking up 12 doors a quarter.
Okay.
What's your goal on picking up 12 doors a quarter?
That's why I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Because you made me choose a number. I thought 50 sounds good. Okay. All right. How does somebody who doesn't have a lot of disposable income pick up big swaths of units at the same time?
All right. So you want 12 a quarter, right?
To get to 50, I would need, well, shit. That's like 140. That's 140. Oh, a quarter. Yeah. I thought you were 12 a month. Yeah, 12 a quarter. You're right.
So 12 in every 3 months. So that means you're picking up about what?
4 a month.
4 a month.
Right.
Okay. So have you been running everything through an LLC?
No.
Shit.
I need to do. Yeah. We're going to look. That's what I was asking you the other day about the LLC thing.
Okay.
Thing.
So so your capital is going to be personal capital.
Right.
So I would say at this moment, you're out of the house buying game.
If I'm going to go into this, yes.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're out of the house buying game. So what I would tell you to do, get on places like NerdWallet, Wallet Hub. If you've been running transactions through PayPal, get with PayPal Capital. Get with like people like Wallet Hub. Find 0% APRs that you can find for 12 months. Don't get them all at one time. Get one, because remember, it takes like 7 to 14 days to get a credit card. Get one. Get your first units up and running with that. Remember, everything's on 0% APR, but make sure you pay it off in 12 months. And then just kind of do it again. Like when you need more capital, get another one at 0% APR. Make sure you're keeping track of them so you can get them paid off in a year. That's pretty much your furniture costs or whatever. And once your furniture's paid off, that year 2 is going to be a big bump. So if you're planning on doing 4 a month, you need to calculate how much capital you need. And what I would tell you, like what I did, I needed a credit card. I needed some real quick capital at 0% APR. I went and got another credit card with Chase. And then I took the money that I had on, and they only gave me $17,000, right? So I was like, well, damn, I need more capital. So I took the capital from one credit card that I already had and put it on the 0% APR credit card. And now all the capital from over there now comes over here at a 0% APR. Yeah. Okay. So you got to But you have to make up your mind right now. You're done buying houses.
Can't do both.
You can. Like I'm doing both. But you have to be set up in an entity certain way. Like me, I'm doing both because I have business credit and I have my personal credit. So I've separated myself from my business side and my personal side. So right now, I'll kind of use my perfect example. I'm buying houses. Like, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you guys about this house I'm looking at buying now. I'm buying houses through my personal name. When they run my credit, all the arbitrage stuff I got going on, they don't see it because it's all business credit. Business capital, they don't see it. It doesn't show up in my credit report.
Nice.
So I'm still able to buy, wheel and deal in the house buying game and do my arbitrage thing because I'm not using any of my personal money on the arbitrage stuff.
Okay. All right. Starter kit for using business credit or getting and using business credit. What's the starter kit? I need to go open up a business banking account.
No, you start your LLC.
Okay. I was asking you about the other day. So start the Argis Rentals LLC. Go on there and get the bare bones one from LegalZoom, and that's fine.
Yeah, and get a bare bones one. But remember, this is going to be strictly business for your arbitrages. So what I would plan on turning it into an S corp. That's what I would tell you. It's not talk to a CPA. People listen, talk to a CPA. But I would say plan on turning it into an S corp. Get the business bank account going. Most business bank accounts, as soon as you open that bank account, they're going to give you a business credit card. Now, what that business credit card is, they're going to make you personally guarantee it. You're going to be a personal guarantor on it.
Okay.
I don't know how much they're going to give you. I'll say this with Mahogany's business, they gave us $25,000 in business credit card. Nice. But on the flip side, that $25,000 came because we have a working relationship with them. We have one mortgage with them, and we run our LLC, our other business, our Airbnb business through there. So we're reliable. We have a business relationship.
Now, on that note, I have 4 houses with Wells Fargo. Should I go through them?
Yeah, that'd be a good bet. They might give you more because they're like, oh, we got collateral with them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. So Wells Fargo might
a lot of equity, a lot of collateral.
Yeah, and also on that business bank account, make sure you and Federico are putting all your payment transactions through it. File taxes on that LLC or that tax entity for 2 years. After that 2-year mark, that's when they're going to start giving you the full shebang. Hey, Steve, you've shown a profit for the last 2 years on your business. We'll give you a $60,000 line of credit. Now if you still out of what you could do like I did, I'm like, oh, I can get $50K line of credit, business line of credit, not in my name. I can go buy a house and I can rehab it with that. And they don't see it and they just think the house is on free and clear. Nothing's on my credit. That's what I did. But you can use that to grow your arbitrage business as well.
So business credit is the name of the game.
Yes, sir. Business credit is the name of the game.
That's what take you to the next level.
Yeah.
And it offers protections too, because I don't know, let's say something goes wrong, another freaking disease hits and then everybody goes bankrupt. You just bankrupt the business, right?
You don't need to do any of that. You're cutting leases. You're arbitraging. That's if you have assets in the LLC. You're not doing any of that. Your LLC is tied to a piece of paper. That's it. That's when you start putting hard assets in LLCs. That's when you start getting into bankruptcy stuff.
That. Okay, so if it's just leases, like you said, just go cut the leases and
lease protections. Go ahead.
And okay, that's a big thing too. So like those 10 that you got in Houston, you put in a buttload of lease protections.
We got lease protections. I didn't run these deals. I came in as a partner per se.
Yeah.
But we have who I came in with, they already have a working relationship with these units. If anything goes wrong, yes, we can. I think we have 90 days to cut the lease. I have to actually look further into that. But the best thing about these units, I'm going real direct booking heavy. So I'm kind of playing it at a little bit of a risk.
Oh, I see.
I'm marketing my direct booking really heavy. I'm building my brand with these 10.
So that's a risk.
A little bit.
But you're still using Airbnb too.
Yeah, I'm using it. But it's as soon as they come into my place, they're going to see a mat The doormat says, "Welcome to Airbnb." They walk in, we have Airbnb pillows, we have Airbnb mugs. When they log into the Wi-Fi, they get Airbnb. And they put their email information in. It goes to our MailChimp and our Slick text.
Yeah, I think Norman was talking about that. He put an Airbnb on everything, including condoms. Airbnb.
Yes, sir. We got to do it all. So, yeah.
No, so, okay, so then you got the StayFi in all your units, right? Or you just need one StayFi and it works for all of them, or you need several?
I did 5 in every one of them because I wanted to hit every single place, every single point in there. I want people who ain't staying with me to get on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, all right, so by doing 10 at a time, and so you get better deals on the setups too, I would imagine.
Yes, sir. That's the best part. You get better deals on the rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example, like how much it was gonna be and how much you got it at?
So we got a 2-bedroom at $1,300, the price of which you would normally see a 1-bedroom. And the 1-bedrooms I think the highest one we're paying is like $1,130 compared to what they usually. I think that 1-bedroom might have been like, we see that in Dallas. It's probably $1,300. So like, yeah. So we kind of we try to aim. We kind of took Sean's strategy. Negotiate to where you're 15% below market rent. But you can only do that if you're coming in with massive doors. That's why I asked you, how many doors do you want?
Oh, okay.
Because if y'all doing 4 a month, man, y'all have a busy January coming up.
Hey, man. I mean, yeah.
Now, question: right. Where are you trying to pick them up at?
Man, I really like Fort Worth. You had talked about it before, how you felt Dallas was pretty saturated. Mm-hmm. And I'm not afraid of Dallas. I mean, if some screaming good deal comes up, because they're building freaking condos like crazy over there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they haven't even stopped when COVID hit. They're still building like crazy. So there's going to be a lot of places that need people to rent them, right? Yeah. You might get some good ass deals in Dallas. But,
That's a fact,
Yeah. So in Fort Worth too, they're building them like crazy. So there's going to be some opportunities coming up.
Yeah, and I think the main thing right now is the deal. You have to work out a good deal. That's really what it is right now. Work out a good deal.
The art of the deal.
Yeah. So you're looking at Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I mean, I'm down for Houston too.
Yeah. That's
where you think it's a good place to invest.
Houston. Man, I honestly think Texas is the arbitrage market. Straight up. It's a good arbitrage market.
Everybody's coming here, man. That's the thing. Everybody's coming here. And even if they don't come here to just to travel, people are moving here and they're going to want a spot to stay until their house gets built, right? These rich Californians and rich New Yorkers.
I'm happy you guys brought that up, because I got to text my realtor back because my house is for sale. And I think she sent something to me earlier.
Your condo, right? Or your...
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead. But yeah, so yeah, the funny thing, what that really led me into is, because I'm selling everything in Texas. The only thing I'm keeping in Texas is my primary, just due to taxes. And once I get that 1031 exchange, I'll have another property I'll pick up. So I'm going to pick up 3 properties that I own and 15 doors that I'm arbitraging. So a total of 18 now. So nice. I'm putting it all, man. If you put it all on a timetable, you can do it, man. You can pick up 4 next month. You got to know where you want. And one thing I will say, man, make sure you use the power of your circle. Use your circle. And let me kind of give an example of that. So, I'm in the middle of the refinance stage, and then I'm also selling. So I'm looking for 2 properties right now. I'm looking for a BRRRR, and I'm looking for a move-in ready property. And I had a BRRRR. It was right across the street from the one I just finished, but I couldn't find the damn owner. Reached out to someone in my circle. They found the damn owner, and I talked to him today, and I know where I got to go next to get the property. So
love it.
Use your circle, man. Use everybody in your circle if you plan on picking up that many units. I have connections I can put you in touch with.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I got connections, but 12, man, I could show you some things. But look, I'll say this. this is my gem I'm gonna give to the podcast. If you want to pick up units in bulk, you either want to get an entire complex between 6 or more units while it's being built, so you can get every single door and have control, or you go up to a big apartment complex and tell them, let's say you wanted 50 doors. How many doors you want? You said you wanted 50 doors in total for yourself. Ask them what their vacancy is. How many doors do you have available? Let's say they tell you they have 15 doors. You go and tell them, I want all 15. You can't take on all 15.
You got your partners.
There you go.
I love it. I love it.
You like, look, I got 15. I only need, you saying you're doing 4 a month. I only need 4. I need somebody to pick up these other 11. Sign a contract with me that you're getting them from me. We all operate under my business name, whatever. And we go from there.
I'm down to partner with you guys with Airbnb and Cozy. Yeah, I'm down to start forming a conglomerate over here.
That's how you do it. And then that's how you get leverage.
Cheers.
Now, y'all, I usually don't drop those types of gems. But, yeah, y'all lucky it's Friday.
Hey, we're all minorities. Let's get a big old fat minority loan, right? Minority business loan, shit.
You know, but yeah, I usually don't drop those types of gems. But yeah, if you want to get bulk units and at a good price, you got to go in and ask for massive doors and have partners behind you.
All right. So who's the one walking in doing the talking with the apartment people?
Whoever's strength that is.
Okay.
You find out whose strength that is and let them do it.
Okay.
You got to know your strength. My strength is systems.
Okay.
But in this deal, I don't have to use my systems, but I can give if the management has a question, I'll give them my systems. Like, yo, this is what I do. And then a lot of them are like, oh man, I'll do that. You know, so we can all bounce ideas off each other and learn from each other. But know everybody's strength in your circle. Like, what's your strength? What's yours? Like, I would say Federico's is systems as well. That dude can write up a spreadsheet. Hey, this is how this goes. This is how this goes. Hey, he'll hit me up like, yeah, I'm taking these units off and I'm going to replace them with these. So he's very system and he's organized. Organization. That's his big strength.
Yeah, I've seen his color-coded spreadsheets, man. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
it's off the charts, man.
Yeah. You got to know that's the biggest thing is just knowing people's strengths and then knowing y'all weaknesses and so you can hire them out.
Okay. For example, see Cozy Living, they're going to be running your units, right?
Yeah, they're running them.
They're a management company / their acquisitions too, right? You're getting their own units.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that working with them?
Well, they technically didn't sign on to manage. They're doing this for this one deal. Then we have a future play ahead.
Oh, okay.
So we have a management company that we have another third party we partnered with, and they're going to manage the rest. So it's but what we're doing is that that management company has systems, and we'll just use his system so we can focus on building capital and getting more units. Building capital is very important. Build capital even when you don't need it. When you don't think you need capital, be building it.
Build the war chest, yeah.
Yes, sir. Build it when you don't think you don't need it. When you think, hey, well, we're good right now. No, build it. If you see some grants come across your screen, apply for them. Everything you can think of, build the capital you need.
That's great advice. And now, how about you've been the one to walk into apartment complexes talk to them? Mm-hmm. How are you? I mean, I'm sure you have some skills. You come across nice guy. How do you get them to say yes?
I just pitch my pitch, but I'm not in that game no more. I used to like the ones I had in Dallas. I just said, hey, we're a corporate housing company and we need X amount of doors in here. We have traveling nurses. Now it's a little bit easier for me. I say, here's my website. Here's my units that I currently have running, and we're coming to this area, and we need units. And here's my LLC, all my information, my DBA, credit checks, my business credit checks, P&L if you need it, and I go like that.
Okay. And you made brochures and stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to
Now,
Noble Crawford. That's where I got that.
who's that?
Noble.
Oh,
Shout out to
Noble. Yeah,
Noble.
yeah. I remember Noble on the show.
Told you, man. You got to know everybody's strengths in your circle, man.
So where did you get these brochures made? Was it Vistaprint?
Vistaprint. Yeah, Vistaprint.
Vistaprint. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Shout out to Noble because, shout out to Noble, man. He, like Kobe said, never reinvent the wheel.
So now with the COVID going on, there's like I guess having sit downs is a little tricky, right? You still have sit downs with people, like I'm gonna go meet someone one-on-one and talk about this, or is it all over the phone now?
Zoom, over the phone. You can meet. Oh, you mean the apartment? Well, I think my guy pulled it off over the phone, but he already had a relationship with these people.
Oh, okay.
Now the next walk-in, I don't know how that's gonna work. We might be over the phone. I mean, hey, shit, schedule a damn Zoom meeting. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's something that's something I'm not a part. Acquisition is not really something I'm a part of. Well, kind of. I do have an acquisition. Matter of, you sure you don't want to do Dallas?
You got something for me?
I got something cooking.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'm down.
okay. I got something cooking hot off the press. I got a connection, I'll say, that has access to multiple properties, multiple doors. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I mean, it depends. Like I was saying, it just knowing people's strengths, knowing people's weaknesses. You know what I'm saying, and then going from there.
All right.
Like one thing that I'm looking for. Anyone listening, I need a how would I say this? We're looking for like certain acquisitions. We're looking for someone blonde, blue-eyed, to maybe do some pitches for us. So if you fit the credentials.
Hey, call up Sarah, man. She's cool.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. You get what I'm saying. So,
I know what we'll talk about everything on the show. I always say that. But you've heard of the Petroleum Club in Dallas, right? I mean, I think they're in all the big cities, but it's a Petroleum Club in Fort Worth. You heard of that?
Yeah.
And petroleum meaning like the oil, where the oil money used to go and hang out and stuff and rub elbows and do deals and shit like that. It's a big old fucking sky rise over there in Dallas. Anyways, Sarah was telling me that she said something like it costs like $100 something a month to join this Petroleum Club, where you go in there. But the good thing is she's saying you get the wine and dine, you get all, badass food, you get badass drinks at like wholesale cost while you're there hanging out and chilling. Got the badass view of the city. But she said the best part of it is you're meeting people that are well heeled, well connected. And so she was just like, I always thought the Petroleum Club was like something for old people, blah, 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 old, to hang out. But it's a lot of money in the Petroleum Club. And so she's telling me that, I mean, that's how she came up across these deals in Fort Worth, was meeting someone there. And then she's right now she's freaking designing the damn penthouse skyrise over there, like this multi-million-dollar place, and just meeting people at the Petroleum Club. And I was thinking, that's great for you. Will they let me in the door there? I have to go through the kitchen.
Yeah. We might be out of place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
I gotta go through the kitchen.
I mean, times might have changed a little bit, but I
just want it. I mean, it's
but times might have changed. I don't know. But like for example, she said the Bass family, the ones that built half of Fort Worth, they hang out at the Petroleum Club. People like that, millionaires and billionaires hang out there. So that might be a worthy thing to look into. But like I said, I don't know if we'd blend in too good. But it's cool. It's cool that she notices that. Yeah, it's $100 or something a month to pay to go to this thing, right? But what is she getting out of it? She's
value.
She's gonna make thousands or hundred thousands in return, just straight by meeting people. And networking is the most important thing you can do in business.
Straight up, man. It's the most important thing you can do.
So yeah, that's episode 145 in a nutshell.
Yes, sir. How to grab arbitrages, business credit, personal credit, all that.
Yeah, man. I just something funny. I ain't in charge of the units in Dallas right now, but some guy's saying, "Hey, man, is it cool if I shoot a video at your place?"
How much?
Yeah, well, they said, well, as long as you're not too loud or partying. No, don't worry. Don't worry, it won't be too loud.
Place in Dallas?
Yeah, one of my spots in Dallas. I want to shoot a video. So, we'll see. I'll be out there looking to see where the video lands. Hey, that's my sofa.
Oh, man. Depending on the site, man.
I know, right? Oh, yeah, good point, man. Well, we are Live Let Thrive. This is what we do. Some of our best shows have come from just like a guest not being able to make it, and then we just kind of wing it and then just hit record, and we just like loose and just hanging out and having fun, and we spit a lot of knowledge, man. And so I love doing the show. I'm glad we keep doing it. And then Argus Rentals, that's what's coming out of my pipeline, argusrentals.com, and then. Yeah, and then Share B&B's kicking ass, and we're getting our companies. Reach out to us if y'all might, there's people out there that might want to partner on some deals. We're cool with that.
Yeah. Hit me up. You got some connects. I got connects. We can talk.
Yeah, we'll freaking get started. We'll get some units in freaking Boise, Idaho. I don't care. Anywhere.
We definitely got a place there, bro.
We're not going to be. We'll have units.
You better not have your face on that place if you're in Boise, Idaho. Oh, what?
Like I say, we talk about everything on this show, right? And when I was go ahead. It's funny when I see the IG start popping and people putting stories about how they're building your units and my units, and if our ancestors saw that, us minorities are having white people work for us, I just thought that's like kind of like, wow, how times have changed. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different world, and that's cool. And then it's just like people complain about stuff, but you just got to go and you just got to go and play it by ear, man. You just got to go put yourself out there, and good things will happen. I just think, yeah, it's just it's interesting to see how times have changed.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Times have changed.
And yeah, we get crazy on this show, but that's how we are. That's how people like us. You see our reviews. They keep it real. Yeah, we don't bullshit. We just we say what we feel. We keep it real. Hey, that should be a T-shirt of ours, right?
We say what we feel and keep it real.
T-shirt's coming.
But yeah, Steve, we got to get you these 12.5 units for first quarter.
Federico would love to hear that, man. He'll love to hear that.
We got to hop on the call there, man. I got to know your goals. You know mine. We do it.
Well, fuck. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Definitely. I'll schedule it. We can set something up, man.
All right. Well, you can find us at livethatthrive.com. Send us an email, livethatthrive@gmail.com. Hit us up. Call our numbers. We got all the numbers on there on the thing. Yes, check out argusrentals.com. Federico's wife is the graphic designer. If you need a badass website.
What?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. She's a graphic designer, and she's a bad mother lover. Look at her. Just look at that website, and you're like, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Oh, see, now Fetty's getting a call tonight, man. Call him up.
Yeah, man. It's your circle. Grow the circle, man.
Straight up.
All right. So, yeah, great show.
Great show, man. Yeah, catch us at livethatthrive.com. Send us the email, livethatthrive@gmail.com. Hit us up on IG. We always on IG real heavy. Hit us up, man. And thank y'all for continuing to listen to us. Episode 145. Man, we steady moving. It's real cool to be able to keep on doing this, man. Like, how long we been doing this? 3 years? 2 years?
Like 3
years.
I think 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Before my baby was born. Yeah. We started before my baby. She's already 3 years old.
Yeah. So 3 years. Wow. That's cool, man. So yeah, definitely cool, man. Definitely cool. Y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to listen to us, man.
Yeah. Live Let Thrive.
We are out.
Peace. Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live Let Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.